So when you take a look at problem number 3, obviously pick your side you're going to work with. The left-hand side is much more complicated than the right-hand side. So I see a cosine. I'm trying to get everything in terms of a cosecant. Again, always keep an eye on where you're trying to get to. I know cosecant, I can have a form of 1 over sine. So the way I'll approach this problem is on the left-hand side, I'm going to go ahead and try changing everything into sines and cosines. So for my first step, I'm going to take cosine of theta, and I'm going to rewrite tangent of theta as sine theta over cosine theta. Plus, I'm going to take cotangent theta and rewrite that as cosine theta over sine theta. And these are by my quotient identities. Step number 2 is I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to distribute the cosine to each term inside the parentheses. Well, when I do that, cosine times sine over cosine is just going to leave me with a sine theta. Plus, when I multiply cosine theta over 1 times cosine over sine, that's going to leave me with a cosine squared theta over sine theta. On this, I just use my distributive property. Next, my third step, I have 2 fractions, and notice on the right-hand side, I do need to condense this down to one single expression. So I need to get a common denominator. So I need to take sine theta over 1, and I need to multiply numerator and denominator by a sine. So that'll give me a sine squared theta over sine theta plus cosine squared theta over sine theta. And here I'm just getting a common denominator, or my LCD. Now I can go ahead and I can add the 2 fractions together. Keep the denominator, add the numerators together. So sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta all over sine theta. And here I just added the fractions. So if you look in your numerator, you have a sine squared plus cosine squared. Again, if you go back to your blue sheet, again, anytime you see two trig functions squared added together, go to your Pythagorean identities and notice what sine squared plus cosine squared is equal to. That is equal to 1. So I can rewrite the numerator as 1 over sine theta. And this is by your Pythagorean identities. Sorry, I'm squishing here, guys. And then finally, number 6, what is 1 over sine theta equal to? Cosecant theta by your reciprocal identities.